Hi, so I'm going to talk about a new feature we're adding to the DAST security scanner called Authentication Scripts. And it's going to allow you to handle complex authentication flows. This is a highly requested feature to handle non-standard authentication flows or complicated authentication flows that require more clicking or more inputs than we have default support for in the scanner. So what we're doing is we're going to expose a custom JavaScript runtime that's embedded inside of our security scanner that has kind of a simple browser automation framework that we've written and exposed. Now, it's important to understand that we're not giving you access to the browser directly. You're limited to the functions and classes that we provide. It integrates seamlessly into DAST. We do support multi-factor authentication in the form of one-time passwords. We have functions to support all form elements that you might come across, so like radio buttons, checkboxes, select drop-down boxes, input boxes, etc. You also have access to environmental variables for providing secrets and data that can be configured inside of either the YAML or the CI variables section. And it uses the same selector format as our existing DAST configuration variables. At launch in 18.5, this is the set of variables that you have access to. On the left, we have document interaction methods. So you can say things like, what's the current URL I'm at? What's the navigate to a specific URL? Perform different actions against the documents like form input, selecting options, and things of that nature. We also have a method that will generate a one-time password, and that will need to also have some secondary configuration in the DAST configuration to set the secret and other configuration options for that. On the right, we have some success and failure methods where you can say, after I perform a series of actions, authentication was successful if we are at this URL, or it fails if we are, at a different URL or if a different form element is found. We also have a way to log data from the scripts that will show up in our debug log to help you trace what's happening in your scripts. For debugging, we also have we also can see each of the actions and functions you're calling inside of our debug log. The debug log is attached to every DAST job as an artifact to the job. And you can go ahead and you can see in here we have some script functions from a script that we've written. And it shows you the selector that was configured. And if the data you're filling in isn't considered sensitive, we'll show you the data that was put in. And then the outcome of the script, whether the script completed without error, and whether all the requirements are satisfied for a successful login. Another way to debug these is to look at our authentication report. This is an HTML file that's also attached to all the DAST jobs. And it again has all of the actions that are being performed by the script you can click on. You'll see those on the left. And if you click on one of them, for example, on one of the action form inputs, you'll see the current URL that we're at when this action ran, and a screenshot of the browser showing what has happened after the action was run. So in this case, we can see that we've filled in test@test.com in a field on the browser. And then there's some other data provided here, like a printout of the document object model to help you identify selectors that you might need. And you can also see requests and responses if there's any sent. Great, thank you. This is the new DAST Authentication Scripts feature that is currently available in DAST 6, the most recent Docker container images, and the documentation will be available in 18.5.